Welcome to the Married Moto Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of
Married Moto Podcast.
It's such an honor to be with you guys tonight. It's been an amazing last week or so with all the love that y'all have shown us on social media. Super blessed, super thankful. So we're going to jump right in here. What a crazy round number 2. So many storylines, so many just amazing things happen.
Yeah.
A lot of things we might have expected, a lot of things we didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to talk about it. And in the comments, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, jump in there. Let us know your opinion. Thank you so much for your support. And I will say, you know, in 2026, the age of social media, there's a lot of opinions. And these are just our opinions. We love the sport of super motocross, and we have a strong passion for it. And we're just saying how we feel and what we think. And it may be right, it may be wrong, but that's the beautiful thing about it. So don't be mean in the comments. Let's just love each other and let's talk about the sport that we love and let's just show love to everybody. How about that?
Amen. Let us get into it.
All right. So we're going to overreact a little bit, and then we're going to tell the truth. And then shout out Daniel Blair for the Overreaction show. We watch it every week religiously. He's a fellow Christian. Daniel Blair, thank you so much for standing for what you believe. We do the same thing. And so we're going to jump in here. So this is the HANGTOWN review. And a lot went down, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of intriguing things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just start with this. Jett Lawrence goes 1-1. I don't know that it was a surprise because we all know that he's an alien on a dirt bike. But I think it did take some people by surprise based upon how badly he got beaten by his brother the week before and a few other people. Yeah. And so I just want to talk about that just to open up the podcast. It's like, Jett, man, you're the man. You know, I know that's a strong statement, but it is the truth. You've proven that you're the man, and even with an injury that would have put most people out for their whole career, you decided to go race. You decided to put your life on the line, your talent on the line, and you backed it up with a whole shot in Moto 1. You were behind your brother in Moto 2, and then the restart with the red flag. Prayers for Justin Cooper. Hope he's okay. He went down pretty hard, got knocked out. I believe he's in concussion protocol.
That was
tough. Prayers for him, and hope he's doing better. But then second moto after the restart, he came out and got the whole shot. And once he got the whole shot,
that was the best thing that could have happened to him. I feel like when he was behind his brother in the second moto, I don't know why I keep saying his brother, Hunter. He has a name. When he was behind Hunter, it almost seemed like he wasn't going to push. And we know Jett, I mean, he pushes late in the race. It doesn't really matter when, but it kind of seemed like he wasn't really aggressive. And so we were almost like, is he just going to take this? Yeah. Is he going to stay in second and take second overall? So it was kind of a blessing in disguise for that restart to him to get the whole shot.
Yeah, I think that kind of dictated the whole race.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about being brothers, I have a brother, and I can imagine if we were racing like that, there's a certain comfortability that you have when you're racing a family member.
Right.
Yes, you want to beat each other. There's a competitive nature, but also you want the other sibling to do well.
Succeed, absolutely.
And so I think
it is a tough dynamic.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that with as good as Hunter has been and how he's proven that he could rise to the occasion with Jett entering back into the class and slowly making his progress.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't sound slow because he went 1-1 at HANGTOWN, but genuinely,
you talking about Hunter?
No, I'm talking about Jett.
Jett, okay.
Yeah. Jett went 1-1. And when you
Yeah.
go 1-1 in pro motocross, it doesn't matter what the case may be. That's a bad dude on a dirt bike. And even with an injury, he's showing just how crazy good he is at this sport because he's adapting to the motorcycle, adapting to the track.
That was my point that I wanted to say, that he really adapts so well to whatever circumstance he's in, injury-wise, track-wise, bike-wise. If he doesn't have a good setup for that day, he knows so well how to adapt to his environment and circumstances. So that's the reason why he's one of the best to ever do it. So yeah, he's adapted so well. They actually raised his brake pedal to be a little higher, so he didn't have to push down as much, which I love that.
His foot, yeah.
Which rider had the brake actually as a handle in the front?
Max Volan. He rides for Club MX Yamaha, and he's an incredible. He comes from a lineage of successful racers. And so just watching guys like that who come back from injury and go, I'm not going to take defeat as an answer. I'm going to push. I'm going to be better. I'm going to make it happen. And thank you to the sport of motocross for allowing people that do give their lives and give their gifts to this sport to have the opportunity to make adjustments. Because if it was a one-size-fits-all, they wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
So with that being said, rapid fire question: Jett Lawrence wins the championship by how many points?
I have no idea. It could be close. It could be a landslide. I don't know, because I think Hunter is also going to do really well this summer. So I can't say if he's going to have a lead or not, but I do know that he has a really good chance of winning the championship.
Second overall on the day at HANGTOWN. Hunter Lawrence goes 2-2 for second overall, and he just genuinely was the second best guy on last Saturday.
Yeah. Pretty consistent, though.
I mean,
He's been up there. His starts are great. Hunter's starts are great. And that's what's going to really push him this season, if he's really consistent with his starts. I don't count him out of the championship. I think also, too, if both of them are up there, Jett and Hunter, at the same time, they both push each other forward. So they both help each other in that way. So I think that's great.
Yeah, I think, too, depending on who gets in front of who, they settle into from like the 6-8 minute mark to the 20-minute mark. They just kind of settle in behind each other, and they just pace each other, which is what they do every day of every week.
They're so comfortable
at the dog pound here in Florida, and they're just behind each other. And then whoever's got it for the rest of the 15 minutes, that's who goes and gets it.
Yeah.
And we saw that by Moto 2, when Hunter got the whole shot before the red flag. He was moving, and he was out. He was taking the lines he wanted. He was controlling the race. Jett was behind him. Who knows if they kept going, Jett gets him, or Hunter fades. Who really knows? But obviously the red start happened, and then Jett, he pulls a whole shot when it mattered the most.
Yeah.
But even though Hunter didn't get the start after the red flag, coming into Thunder Valley, he's got the red plate. And Big Brother's got this at the moment, so we're going to see exactly what happens coming up this next weekend. I know he had a rough end to the Supercross season, but I think the championship, even though we're almost 3 weeks in now, I think it starts this weekend. Deegan came out in qualifying number 1 and went first overall, which was huge because the weekend before he wasn't that close.
Yeah.
And even at the 450 level, to be that close, to be that in front, even by half a second like that, regardless of the conditions, regardless of the track, that's a huge deal. So I was proud of him for making the adjustments from week 1 to week 2 to make that happen. But he came out and he went 3-3 for third overall, which was huge for him because, I mean, he talked a lot coming into the season.
Your hot take last week was that Deegan is going to win the championship, which y'all didn't really like that.
That's fine.
Y'all didn't like that, which, you know what? That's fine.
We're
we all
only
have
2
our
rounds
opinions.
in, so we're going to
We
find
are
out.
only 2 rounds in, and hey, he was fastest in first qualifying. I think that's amazing.
And
That's
total
something to
change
talk
from the
about.
week before.
That's something to talk about.
Yeah,
so.
he's proven that he's willing to learn. He's proven that he's willing to do the work, and I think for a champion of his caliber to be able to jump in the class and get a 3-3 on the day at HANGTOWN,
Yeah,
that's massive.
for sure.
And then go out. And,
I mean, against the Lawrence brothers.
yeah, I mean, to be honest, regardless of whatever the situation or circumstance, to go out in the first qualifying practice where the track usually isn't the best, it's usually the deepest and wettest or whatever. I don't know exactly. I wasn't there, so I don't know exactly what it was. But to go out first in qualifying is huge.
Yeah.
And so I'm proud of him for that. And the first opening round was a little difficult for him, kind of an introductory to the class. But it was pretty incredible to watch him make the adjustments. And he was a little bit further off than maybe he wanted to be by the end of both motos. But to go 3-3 for third overall next to the Lawrence brothers, that's saying something because they have proven that they are world class. And if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And he hadn't beat him yet, but I think it's coming. And I do believe that this weekend coming up, I think back a couple years ago when Hayden was racing Hunter Lawrence in the 250 class.
That was a great season, by the way. That was one of my first
season. Believe it's the season that Jett went perfect.
So it was. Yes, it was.
Believe it was.
So 2023. That was a great outdoor season for the 250 class. Love that.
And Hayden was obviously maybe not at Hunter's level, but he gave him fits in those motos there for a little while. And so I think, honestly, knowing Hayden like I've watched him over the last few years and how he's adapted to the changes that he needs to make, and their team's amazing. I think he comes out this weekend. He's going to be top 3 in qualifying. He likes a track like this. He can go fast down the hills. He can go fast up the hills. He's got the power now that he didn't have before. And there's a good chance that he pulls a whole shot or comes out second or third and he gets out front.
He's got to work on his starts. It's key.
His starts
winning a moto.
For sure. Especially starting against guys who are amazing at starts. Jorge Prado, Hunter Lawrence, Jett Lawrence. But I do think that there's a great possibility that Hayden comes out and he pulls a whole shot, or he gets close and he comes out and wins a moto this weekend, maybe even an overall. But if you look back at Hayden's career, Hayden always advances. Race to race, moment to moment. He learns, he adapts, and he grows. And that's the mind of a champion. That's the heart of a champion. I don't know where he's at exactly right now. I know he's in Florida somewhere, or maybe Georgia, but he's digging. And he's a digging. But I think the championship, even though we're almost 3 weeks in now, I think it starts this weekend. We got a little shakeup coming in to the 250 and 450 class. For those who may not know, exactly who they are, the Coonan brothers, however you want to say their name. I'm not from Belgium, so my enunciation might not be great, but they're from Belgium, and they're going to cause some problems. They're gonna shake some things up. I really feel that. I think the 250 class is probably more in trouble than anybody because of the inconsistency that they've shown in the last couple weeks.
It's been tough.
But if you look back to the Motocross of Nations, both Sasha Coonan who's on a 250, and Lucas Coonan, who's on a 450. They're going to cause some fits, and I'm not saying either one of them win. I think they'll be top 3, top 5, and willing to shake some things up. And
top 3 would be wild. I mean, I know they're absolutely amazing over in Europe, and we talked about them being the leaders of their championships right now overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So top 3 would be really mind-blowing. Not saying it can't happen, but that would be really cool to see them do that.
I think the only reason why it would be mind-blowing is because they're racing Jett, Hunter, and Deegan. But if you look back at the Motocross of Nations, they were top 3, top 5 the whole time. And if it wasn't for people, if it wasn't for one of them
where
going
was
down
the Motocross of Nations last year?
here in America,
It was.
at Ironman.
It was.
On a track that they never raced before.
That was my question. I remember it. How often do they do it here in America?
Not exactly sure, but every 2 or 3 years or so.
Okay. Yeah, I remember we were talking about that last year, and it was
they came over, had limited prep, and were they were rock stars. So.
I don't doubt that they won't do well. They got some good competition.
So thank you so much, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye, everyone.